When you think of the greatest comeback you've ever seen in any competition, what comes to mind? Whatever you said, you're wrong. The answer is Stormy from Buck Race 9. Stormy has answered some interview questions for us, which means I will be doing dramatic readings. My one thing was I went into the Buck Race building and I sat down with the president of Buck Race and said I wanted to make history, and that's what this is. Kidding. So, you guys were pretty much talking about it, and I was like, I'm not doing shit important right now in the midst of me studying for my final, so I asked to join. I went in completely blind. When you said it's like All-Star Shore, literally none of my recollection of All-Star Shore came to mind, so I just said, fucking, let's go. All I had was me and my knowledge of reality TV. For context, this is Stormy's first season and first time in the Final Buck Challenge. He survived competing in 2 elimination challenges and won 4 challenges overall. Stormy had a good start with winning the bio challenge and getting a few points on the story rating challenge, giving him 33 Hunter Bucks to start with. The first gambling challenge was a combination of a list challenge and a jigsaw puzzle. Everyone had to rank the other players on how risky they were, in which the boys, for some reason, were top 3, and the only ones playing the jigsaw puzzle. This started a gender war theme that played out later in the season. Genuinely didn't think much of it. It was just like, oh, okay. But it was good for me because the girls wasn't going after me and the guys was going after them. Plus, at the time, I had 2,300 bucks? I didn't want to make it seem like I was a threat. At this point, I saw that this was going to be a luck-based game and I was just going to make it fun and go big every time and see what happens. So I kept betting all my coins and just agreeing with Michael and a bunch of people he wanted to target because literally anyone but me is what I wanted. Unfortunately for Stormy, the last place finisher in the jigsaw puzzle had to lose 500 bucks. And he was the last place finisher. The next challenge involved someone having to volunteer. Nobody had any idea what the volunteer was for. But Stormy decided to take that risk. The result was he had to place his bet on one of the duos to win a riddle. Maito was in first place, got to pick his partner, and he picked Michael, playing into the boys versus girls plot. Stormy bet on the boys in this instance. I picked them simply because I didn't know Reese and Michaela. I immediately regretted it because I literally just had the 2 most incompetent MS with all my Hunter Bucks. But after that happened, and I had 0 Hunter Bucks, I needed some social capital badly. Michael came to me and told me that he wanted to target Maito for being in first place, so I went and told Maito that. I then told Michael that they lost on purpose, which caused a little tension and distrust between them, which is what I wanted. I then made a fake ChatGPT essay about how I needed to stay in the game and sent it to Reese and Michaela, and Queen Reese believed it while Michaela ignored me. So yeah, the boys lost, and this set Stormy all the way back to 0. And this is where he started causing chaos, causing rifts between the boys and trying to make deals with the girls. Stormy really had to try and get back on the board in the next competition, which was the triangle peg puzzle. Unfortunately for Stormy, he was going up against a wagered and determined Reese, and he only managed to get 3rd after Michael, meaning no Hunter Bucks. Stormy did not get a say in the emoji picking since he was last place, but it was here that Michaela emerged as a threat with how lucky she got to survive the risk purge with that right emoji pick. Literally the season of needing luck and I get Cassie with the luckiest bitch. But I can't really do anything but respect it. I just wish I wasn't in the finale with her. Michael wanted her out bad. This all changes in the bucking game, when Stormy got first pick of the questions. He picked all the 60-point questions and got 3 of them right. The twist for this challenge is certain questions allowed you to wager with other players' Hunter Bucks. Stormy stole all of what Michaela had before the challenge on top of getting the questions right and ended the challenge at 235 Hunter Bucks. Yeah, I was worried, but honestly, I don't think anyone was really gunning for me. Maybe Michael and Maito, but they had other people to worry about. I don't know why I wasn't targeted. The way I completely dominated that log challenge, only getting 1 chop from Michael being a weirdo. I honestly wanted Michaela out at this point. Not for anything serious, solely because she ignored my essay. Then we get to the log chop challenge. Stormy did get lucky here to answer a lot of the questions correctly, but also he was able to chop Michaela out first. It was in this challenge, Stormy and Michael had a bit of a disagreement after Michael chopped Stormy, and Stormy chopped Michael out. Honestly, I just wanted to start some drama. Michael understood that and we were cool. Was he probably going to target me if he had the chance? Yeah. But at that point, he had told me that he wanted Michaela out and wanted to be in the finale with me. I most definitely didn't believe it, but hey, it was whatever. Stormy won this challenge and earned 60 Hunter Bucks. The next challenge was the crapshoot, the final boss of luck-based challenges, based on the popular casino game Craps. This game was really just rolling dice. This was the last opportunity to wager points, and Stormy decided now was the time to use his wager to wager 50 Hunter Bucks. The result Stormy got was 0 Hunter Bucks, and ended up losing the 50 that he wagered. Stormy still had enough Hunter Bucks to be safe from the first elimination challenge, where his friend Reese lost. But the next challenge led to Stormy's signature moment of the entire season. Honestly, I was AFK or doing something, and I wasn't here to know what the challenge was, so I got confused when Michael came to me and was basically begging to be safe. Once I saw that it was the prisoner's dilemma, I immediately thought that he was going to do steal, and I was most definitely going to steal no matter what. I pretty much agreed with whatever he said, let him pick the number he wanted to bet, let him pick who's saying it. I wanted to make him as comfortable as possible until it was too late. I was genuinely shocked that he picked split. Did I feel bad though? No, not really. He wasn't very trustworthy, so he could go, but I did want Michaela to be us. But Maito was genuinely being so weird. Michael was freaking out. He was thinking of any way he could to get someone else out other than him. His plans shifted from Michaela to Stormy to Maito to back to Michaela and Stormy again. Stormy and Michael agreed to bet all their shared $100 and both picked split. While Michaela played it a bit smarter and only put up to $4,600, to which they both split. Michael also picked split, but Stormy stole all of Michael's $120 and Michael was eliminated directly due to Stormy.
My perspective on the Prisoner's Dilemma challenge was that Stormy played cruel and unjust revenge for me for minor mistakes I made early in the buck race. The challenge provided him with a perfect opportunity to humiliate myself, and that outward callous behavior in that challenge he displayed towards me when we could have gotten Michaela or Maito eliminated scot-free is exactly why Stormy lost. It bit him in the ass later.
The next elimination challenge was entirely in the hands of last place. If Maito was able to survive the Monty Hall problem, he would be able to choose who he goes against in the final buck challenge. But he didn't, leaving Stormy in the one position he did not want to be in. I wanted to go to the end with Maito because I thought we were cool. Like, I was actually really sad when he got voted out. I literally tried looking out for him when I could, which is why I reached out to him to do split and told him that he was getting targeted, but he didn't see it that way. It was disheartening, but it's honestly whatever. We're just two very different players, and that's okay. If I had the chance to get out Michaela or Maito, I would have sent Michaela home, so when I asked Maito who he'd send home, and he said me, the sadness went away real quick. And I was just like, okay, cool, bye. Fuck. Stormy then went into the final buck challenge against Michaela. Stormy was granted the ability to look inside his box to see if it was the winning or the losing box, but the decision was up to Michaela on whether or not to swap the boxes. Unfortunately for Stormy, Michaela was probably the only person that Stormy's mind games would have no effect on. Michaela's decision was as simple as keeping her original box and just going with it. No deep strategy at all, and she couldn't be swayed. Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, morons. This is the clear winning strategy, assuming you have the luck of Michaela. Stormy lost the final buck challenge, but what did he take away from this experience?
Nothing. There you have it.
JK, I had fun. Oh, it was fun being the under-the-radar player at first, then being a cutthroat villain towards the end, and losing to the most luckiest player in the whole season. I made some friends like Queen Reese, who I'll always have love for. She's literally so amazing, that's mother. And made some vendettas, but overall, it's all love. I'm proud of everyone on my season that made the season so fun and exciting. We brought it. Definitely brought the storm to this season. Speaking of bringing the storm, Stormy, Michael, and Reese aren't done with that just yet. Stay tuned. Nobody's gonna get it. Nobody's gonna get it.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes.
Morons.